Hello and welcome back to the ADHD Goals podcast. I am your host, Laurence Pratt, and today we are diving back into the ADHD glossary and we're looking at overwhelm. So, that feeling of being completely overloaded, unable to start, and stuck in a loop of frustration or procrastination, yeah, that's what we're talking about. Overwhelm is a common experience for those with ADHD, but the good news is it's something that we can learn to manage. So let's break down what overwhelm looks like in ADHD, why it happens, and how to tackle it head on. Overwhelm is that intense feeling of being buried under too many tasks, responsibilities, or stimuli. For people with ADHD, this is not just about being busy, it's about how the brain processes all the demands coming at it. Because ADHD impacts executive functioning, the skills that help us organize, prioritize, and regulate our emotions, tasks, and responsibilities can quickly pile up and feel unmanageable. Combine that with the sensory overload and emotional intensity, and you've got a recipe for overwhelm. So let's take a closer look at some of the key aspects of overwhelm in ADHD. And let's see if any of these resonate with you. Difficulty prioritizing or organizing. When everything feels equally urgent, figuring out where to start can feel impossible. That long list of to-dos, it just becomes a wall of stress. Sensory overload. ADHD brains are often extra sensitive to sensory input. Too much noise, bright lights, or even background chatter can leave you feeling bombarded and unable to focus. Task paralysis. Sometimes overwhelm looks like doing nothing. When the list of tasks feels too daunting, it's easy to freeze up and procrastinate instead of tackling even the smallest thing. Emotional overload. Overwhelm isn't just about tasks, it's about emotions too. Frustration, anxiety, and guilt often creep in, making it even harder to get started or think clearly. Hyperfocus and burnout. Hyperfocus can be a double-edged sword. You might spend hours locked into one task, only to realize how much else is piling up. Then, that sudden realization. Overwhelming. Decision fatigue. ADHD brains are constantly making decisions about what to do next. Even small choices can feel exhausting when you're already running on empty. When overwhelm takes over, it can impact every part of your life. Deadlines get missed, relationships get strained, and your mental health takes a hit. And the worst part, it often feels like a cycle you can't escape. Overwhelm leads to procrastination, which leads to more overwhelm. But here's the thing, it doesn't have to stay that way. With the right strategies, you can break that cycle and take back control. So let's talk solutions. Overwhelm can feel massive, but breaking it down into manageable steps makes it easier to tackle. And here are some strategies that can help. Number 1, breaking tasks into smaller steps. Large tasks can feel impossible, so break them down. Instead of clean the kitchen, try put the dishes in the sink or wipe the counter. One step at a time builds momentum. Number 2, use prioritization techniques. Tools like the Eisenhower matrix can help you figure out what's truly urgent and what can wait. Prioritizing tasks reduces that mental clutter of trying to do everything at once. Number 3, time blocking and scheduling. Set aside specific blocks of time for tasks, and don't forget scheduled breaks. Knowing you only have to focus for 30 minutes can make tasks feel less overwhelming. Number 4, manage your environment. Sensory overload makes everything harder. Create a calm workspace, reduce clutter, use noise-cancelling headphones, or find a quieter area to work. Number 5. Practice mindfulness and grounding. When overwhelm hits, take a moment to pause. Deep breathing mindfulness exercises, or even stepping outside, can help you reset and regain focus. Number 6. Seek support. Talk to someone, a friend, family member, or coach, who can help you break down tasks or provide reassurance. You don't have to face overwhelm alone. And number 7, be kind to yourself. Overwhelm isn't a personal failing, it's a common part of ADHD. So practicing self-compassion can help you avoid burnout and approach tasks with a clearer mind. Overwhelm is a tough experience, but it's not unbeatable. By breaking tasks into smaller steps, managing your environment, and being kind to yourself, you can create a path through the chaos. So remember, it's about progress, not perfection. If today's episode resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts. What strategies have helped you manage overwhelm? Share your tips and stories with me on social media or drop me a message. And as always, don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss the next episode. Well, there we have it. Thank you so much for listening this far. If you want to hear more episodes, then please subscribe on YouTube or whatever podcast platform you use. It really helps to spread the word. So if you know anyone this episode could help, then please share it with your friends. If you want to follow me on social media, I am on Instagram at ADHD_goals, and you can find me on Facebook too. If you want to get in touch with the show, then you can email me at hello@adhdgoals.co. And finally, if you're struggling to manage your ADHD and you would like me to be your coach, then please head over to my website and get in touch. Until next time, bye for now.